Hi guys, am I live? Let's see, I think I am. Surprise! I'm feeling these surprise videos. So, it is Tuesday night. My cards were calling me and I said, okay, let's talk. So, I wanted to come on and do some free mini tarot readings for you guys. I hope you're all having an awesome night. Make sure you say hello if you're here. Michelle. It's like we're hanging out. Hello, Deandra. Thank you guys all for tuning in tonight. These are going to be some really good readings. My cards have just been like shouting to me, so I know they got a lot to say. The way this works, we're going to start out with a group reading for everyone watching. So even if you're watching the replay, you don't have the little live red logo up there. Still watch along, because I promise you're seeing this for a reason right now. You're listening to these words for a reason. Watch along. There's a message for you. So if you have any questions about, what's going on, any questions about where things are going to end up, any wondering about like your current challenge, think about it all. Feel that swirling in your head and, put it out there into the universe. Call in your spirit guides, call in your higher self, call in your angels. They're around and they want to talk. So I'm here to be the channel, bring all those messages in. I hope you are all having an amazing day. Let me see. Oh, Lori, hello, and Stacy. Yay, thank you guys. Aw. Hopefully the video is clear. My computer's like keeps telling me it's not, but we'll see what's up. So we're going to start with the 3-card reading for everybody. So this 3-card reading, it's going to go a little bit about what's been going on, the current challenge, and then the future, where things will go from here. It's going to be a pretty general reading. It's going to be a broad message because it's got to cover everything for everybody. Thank you. So just think about your question, and actually, let me see, can I pause this video really quick? I might try to do that. 1 second. I don't know if I can. All right. I don't think I can, but hang in there 1 sec. I'll be right back. I want to get my sage. Where is it? Where's the little bowl that's usually sitting right here? Hey, oh, no, that's not it. It's okay, I'll be right back. This is important stuff. I just grabbed me one leaf. Sorry, I came unprepared, but here I am. I'm back. Thank you guys. Thanks for waiting. I had to get my sage. We gotta clear the energy. I'm doing some big work tonight. So before we get started, that's what I want to do. So I want everyone just a collective, nice, big, deep breath. And hello, let me, wait, first I gotta say hi to my peeps. Nancy Anderson, new person, hello. Thank you for joining in. My Natalie, I love you. Hello, Marie. Everyone else that's watching, say hello. Let me know that you're here. Thank you for joining. Oh, there's Danielle. Hello, Danielle. So we're going to sage. We're going to just clear the energy. If you have sage nearby at home, I would suggest you do it too. Or, do it when we're done. So take a nice deep breath. Deep breath in and out. This is going to help our connection the best. So if you want to get through, do this along with me. One more deep breath in and out. Next deep breath in, I want you to just breathe in cleansing, clearing energy. And when you breathe out, let the day just blow away with the air. Breathe it all away, all the stress, all the drama, any tension or worries, or even just like overexcitement. Just blow it all away, because we're clearing the channel. We're going to connect. I'll give you a little bit more. Breathe it in. Let that smoke surround your aura. Okay. So I'm feeling good with that. Let's just go right ahead and connect. So if you're just tuning in, you all have a chance to get a reading. I'll be hanging on for like an hour or two. We'll see. We'll see how the time goes. But we're going to start with a 3-card reading. So this is for everybody. So even Christine, this is for you too. So this is part of your reading. And then if you get through for a one-on-one reading, that'll just add to this message. So definitely pay attention. If you have any specific questions, feel free to pop it in the chat, or just think it, or say it out loud, or write it down, whatever, you know. Put the energy out there, and I'm sure these 3 cards will help you. Hey, Eileen. Yeah, well, so, okay, once we do the 3 card, then what I'm going to do is I have my little magical code words, and we'll pull a code word, and the first one that gets through on my end, just like on our crystal shows, we'll get those free readings. So I'll try to get through as many of you guys as I can. Hang in there. But this message, so even, for example, Eileen asked about career. Who knows? This message, I feel like it's going to give her some clarity on that. And then if we do pull a 1 card for her too, if she gets through in the comments after this, that 4th card will just add to her message. So pay attention to this one. And again, even if you're watching the replay, connect along with us. Hey, Michelle. Well, thank you guys for sharing. I know I'm not writing down names, but at the end of the video, I'll try to think of a little contest or something we could do for everyone who shared. All right, so think of everything going on while I shuffle the cards. I'm just going to give them 3 good shuffles. You see, I don't do anything fancy, like the fancy stuff when I shuffle. They fall where they need to when I do this. They land where they need to, and then they just all of a sudden feel like they don't want to shuffle anymore. And that's when I say, okay, I feel you. We'll talk. So think of everything going on. Send it to the cards and see what they want to say to you. We're going to do one more. Yep, right here. This is it. All right, so when I do the 3 cards for everyone watching, the first card's going to represent what's been going on, you know, just to kind of validate up until this point. The second card will talk about our challenges, our opportunities for right now, what we need to get through to get to the next card. The third card will be what will happen after, you know, we get through whatever this challenge is. So I'm going to lay 3 out. And let's see, throw up some thumbs or hearts so I know you guys are all tuned in, help our connection even more. Feel free to share the video too if you know somebody that could use a little bit of clarity or guidance right now. You know, we're in a new year. We got the full moon. Wait, we just had the full moon, right? Last week. I think we're right in the middle of the moon cycles. Yeah. So next moon cycle will be a new moon. I feel like, you know, we're in the first quarter of the year, like things are flowing, so it's a good time for new beginnings and opportunities. So we'll definitely, I feel like that's going to tie in with these. So first card, what's been going on? Oh, yeah, there's validation right there. The Page of Wands. So the wands, the suit of wands connects to the element of fire. Fire connects to our creativity, our projects, our ideas, our ambitions. So, you know, this wand is representing some kind of project or idea or a passion, something that we've been wanting to work on. And the page is telling us it's time, or at least, you know, maybe we've been getting the ball rolling for at least the last few weeks, if not longer. You know, putting things in motion to some type of idea or project, holding that torch up in some way or another. You could see the person is wearing a lot of yellow, a lot of orange. The orange also connects to the sacral. That's our passions too, and our ambition, and, you know, that fiery type of energy. And then the yellow is our courage and confidence. So I feel like we've been really having to use this like confident energy and kind of trying to trust. Ego will try to talk us out of stuff, and as long as we focus and just let the, you know, go with the flow, let things happen how they need to, we trust that and we get to a good point. So I kind of feel like that's been what we've been doing. We've been lighting the torches and taking some action on our projects, but at the same time, this is a page, it's not a knight. So the knights, they're really charging forward and taking action, like deep into it. Where pages, they're just getting started. It's more of like stepping out of the comfort zone type of energy on this. Like as excited and passionate as we are, it's a new territory. It's something a little bit different. It might be a little bit uncomfortable, but trust those uncomfortable moments because they're really going to take you the furthest on this journey. You know, and hopefully you've been doing that already since this has come out in the past, you know. Those times, Stacy, you know it, when you're feeling nervous, what happens next? Something big and important, right? So you had an amazing live crystal show and you were nervous about it, but look how awesome it turned out. And I can't wait for your next one. And everyone else, like Michelle asked for a career, so I feel like that connects into that too. You've been, you know, putting the torch out there, putting the ideas out there, and really trying to follow your passions in this. You're not just looking for, you know, a whatever job. You want something that's going to, you know, spark your joy. I feel like that's what this page is telling us. But it's a little bit of like an uncomfortable, like they say the page could be a little bit naive even, like, you know, we're in the beginnings of the learning. So if that connects to you guys, let me know. If anyone else has any specific questions on this, feel free to post it. We'll see how these cards tie in for you guys too. So this page could even be saying, like, maybe you didn't even dip your toes in the water yet, but you're thinking about it. You're looking out there. You know, you're holding your wand of creation, that magic wand, and you're looking out into the great unknown and saying, where do I go with this? Where is this wand going to lead me? But it's really validating that you've been ready. You've been ready for some kind of change, some kind of movement, some kind of growth and opportunity. And now let's see what the challenge card is to get us there, right? I know this validates for me. You guys just saw my post. I'm building a warehouse. I'm so excited. So heck yeah, page energy for me. I would love to hear how that connects to you guys. If you're starting a new business or something creative, like plug your website or link or whatever. I don't care if you're a crystal seller too or a tarot reader. Like, I support that. I love that, and I think there needs to be more people like that. So share your links. Everybody follow each other, you know. Let's turn this into Knight of Wands energy. Turn this into King and Queen of Wands. We'll get there. So, but look, here's our challenge. And this is an important one. It's reversed. So we have some shadow work to still do. That's when ego steps in, when all these shadows and, you know, you start to overthink things. So you could see, this is the Eight of Swords. Those swords represent all the different challenges around us. You could see she's like in a cage of them. There's so many swords. This can be childhood traumas. You know, it could be last week somebody said the wrong thing to you and you've been overthinking it. It could be the most toxic, traumatic things to just like something that might seem petty to somebody else, but it's still a sword around you, making you overthink, stepping out of your comfort zone, kind of like making you overthink this energy. Other people's judgments can be as swords. Just, you know, all those different, the swords, it's the suit of air. It's like the logical things, like logical challenges. So she's blindfolded, she's tied up, she feels trapped. This person feels trapped in this cage of all of these mental challenges that have happened over time that they just can't shake, right? They're blindfolded, but not, they're blindfolded and tied up, but not as tight as, you know, it's not chains. They can free themselves at any time. It's just a matter of stepping to the other side of the swords. But the problem with this is sometimes it's more comfortable being in the cage with the blindfold on, like, instead of putting yourself out there. And I feel like that comfort can be our challenge, you know, like, this is the journey we're starting, but once this gets in your head, it'll send you down a freaking rabbit hole, right? Like, it could keep you in bed for days. And I know that's happened to me plenty of times where one little thought is all it takes and it just rules bigger and bigger, snowballs into chaos in there. And then what do? gotta do that shadow work. You gotta process it. You gotta find a way to release it and get it out of your body. So something with, when I see this many swords, I really love, like, part of your guys' challenge, especially since this is like an introspective thing. This isn't necessarily like physical battles that you have to get rid of. This is personal stuff that you really need to, you know, work through and release to clear the path ahead, to be able to get out of this cage and go on the other side. This is an 8. Think of 8 when it's turned on its side. It's an infinity symbol. So this is just a constant pattern. You've had this happen to you so many times in life, and let this be. Let 2022 be the year you break the pattern. Heck yeah, come on, do big things. 2022 adds up to the number 6, and 6 is the number of the healers. This is our year, you guys. This is our year to, like, love each other and raise the vibe and share the light. So it's really just stepping out of this cage. And okay, what I was going to say, one of my favorite ways to do this is getting these swords out of your body in some way, so that way you can process them. So I would say write a list from 1 to 8, since this is the number 8, and think of 8 different swords that it might be. Start there, you know, go back to childhood, pick a few in between now and then, the biggest things, and probably some personal things, you know, that are swords that you're trying to work through. There's a lot of gray, so this isn't an overnight thing. This is going to take a lot of shadow work. You know, this might be the pattern of the year just as much as this is, and it's going to take a big balance of confidence and strength to cut through this, because this can definitely be heavy. So get it out of your body somehow. Write a list from 1 to 8. That's a way to pull it out, get it on the paper, and then, so you have, from now, you have the new moon and then the full moon. By then, I want you to take that list and burn it under the full moon. So you have plenty of time to process these releases that you're going to do. Thank them. That's the hard part. We want to just be like, screw you, blow away with the smoke. But no. Try to go back to each of those. And I know if you've watched me before, you've heard me say this. Go back down that list. Try to find some gratitude in each of these 8 swords, you know. As traumatic, as toxic, as hard as this sword was to deal with, maybe it brought you on a new path, or it taught you an important lesson, or gave you a new person in your life that you wouldn't have had otherwise, or, you know, made you stronger, smarter. Whatever it is, those swords, they're some of the most important life-changing moments in our life, too. So, this is some heavy shadow work, but it's not impossible. Once you can kind of make peace with each one, then you burn that list under the full moon and send gratitude and love as it blows away, instead of resentment and hate. And you're not going to heal anything with that energy. But I don't even think you need to forgive it, honestly. I know a lot of people are like, forgive, forgive, forgive. The only person you need to forgive is yourself for wasting too much time, you know, on focusing on that energy. That's it. The other things, they're on their journeys, or, you know, those things happened how they did, and we don't need to apologize to them, but we need to try to send some gratitude to that whole situation. So hopefully that makes some sense. There's that number 8 too. I would hold on to that 8. It could connect. I mean, August may be an important year. August, we have the Lionsgate portal on 8/8. So that might be, or maybe, you know, somebody in the situation. Think of who you know that's an August birthday, or like an 8 in their birthday. Something like that might be part of one of the swords. Oh, darn it. Yes, called out. So, I feel like once we could do that, it's going to take us to the 3rd card. What will happen? The 3 of Swords. Sorry, you guys, I'm not keeping up with the comments. I'm not. The 3 of Swords, before I tell you what this means, it looks so ominous, right? I love this. So stay tuned, but I just want to see what you guys are saying. Hey, Denise. Yep, Denise, watch the replay. This is a group reading. It goes for everybody. And then as soon as I'm done with this 3rd card, everyone that's watching, there's only 18 of you, so you all have a chance. I'll probably be on at least until 11. I'm going to pick codes, and you guys Call the code, the first one in the comments. You know how it goes. You'll get the 1 card readings. Let me know if this is resonating with you guys. I feel like this is some heavy messages and really like big and important. And I really feel like these can go for anything. You know, if this journey is a health journey, if this journey is a business journey, a family journey, or whatever, there's been some fire that's been lit and that you've been really trying to let lead the way. We're just trying to work through some of this shadow work and this healing. Very important. You know, the healing is a constant journey forever. But with the work that we're trying to do, it's going to take some major energy cleansing, major healing. So if you need some tips on that, maybe one day we could do a live video to cleanse everybody's energy. And you know what? At the end of this, even after I pull all the 1 cards hanging, because I'll do another staging and we'll just do a really quick, like 1 minute releasing ceremony together. So, and you know what, as I do the one-on-one cards, they can resonate with you guys too. So it might end up being a big, long, ongoing message through all of the cards. You never know. Hello, Vanessa, Sharon, my love, yay. So watch the replays. All I'm going to say, I'm on the 3rd card. And this is for you guys listening. So you tuned in exactly when you're supposed to. If you're just tuning in right now, this message is for you. So this is the 3 of Swords reversed. We put this in our future position of what's going to happen. And when you see this, you might be like, no, I don't want that to happen. But sometimes when the cards are flipped, you get the opposite energy. And that's exactly what jumped out to me with this one. Healing. You can see this is such a wounded card. There's those swords again. These are like the 3 biggest challenges, traumas, whatever. The 3 biggest swords in our heart can be, you know, whatever 3 is relevant for you too, might be connected. So if you have 3 children, if you have a 3 person or a 3 month that's connected to this, these stabbings in your heart, I guarantee if you really think about it, at least one of these swords has a 3 connected in some way. So think about what that might represent to you. 3 is also the number of the community gathering, the inner child energy. It's a very creative type of energy. So that's the energy that can be tied to some of these swords too. So they can go back to childhood even. But and you can see it's like it's storming. It's a very wounded card. These swords are stabbing into the heart. Like they're that big that they're pierced. They're not going anywhere. You can burn them. You can release them. Just know, you know, 3 out of these 8 swords aren't going anywhere. But that's okay. They're part of your superpower, you know, and that's going to be what's going to come from this. It's okay. Still write the 8. Maybe make it 11. 8, 9, 10. Yep, that's a master number 2. So write your list of 11, knowing that 3 of those things won't burn away. Kristen, hey, I'm doing a group reading. You have to watch the replay because I feel like you will really resonate with this message, and anyone else just tuning in. We're talking about the future. What will happen? We're healing. We're healing. We're going through some major shadow work. You know, it's an ongoing thing, but if you put it off, if you said, okay, I did all my shadow work in 2020, or, you know, I did it last year when I had COVID or whatever, like, this is telling you you're not done. Like, there's something else you need to pull up, and, you know, we're right in this list. So knowing that these the 3 biggest ones aren't going anywhere, they're important. They're there for a reason, and understanding that they're just tools in your tool belt. Maybe they're 3 swords that aren't necessarily a bad thing. They're mental challenges, but you love them, you know, and they're always going to be a part of your heart, and they're not something you want to release. That's awesome. But this is telling us we're going to do the shadow work, and then we're going to begin to heal. When it's right side up, I'd be like, wounding, pain, loss, you know, but when it's right side up, when it's reversed, flipped over, it's about healing that energy. We've gone through it already. We felt the pain in the heart, and now it's really time to do this release so that way we can stay on track with all of this awesome creation that we're working on. So these are our 3 cards. You can see the two for right now and for the future position are gray backgrounds. And the reason that I feel like the gray is the future and right now is because this is So the future card is March 3, right? So I'd say at least from now till March is when we need to work on this shadow work. So it's not just going to be this full moon that's going to be healing. It's going to be at least the next 3 months. So my prediction is it's going to be, and that makes sense. That's the winter time, right? We're kind of hibernating anyway right now. You know, things slow down a little bit with the winter solstice, so that's okay. Take from now through the winter to work on this healing. If you don't want to release this stuff at this full moon, then save it till the March full moon, or even, yeah, we're gonna say the March, maybe April, since that's like 3 months away. Whatever feels right to you. You don't have to release it tomorrow. This is an ongoing thing. This isn't flipping a light switch. Things are going to be a little cloudy and gray, and they need to be. On the other side, in springtime, write it down, you guys. Krissy said that springtime is going to bring awesome things. That's when the flowers start to bloom and the animals come out of hibernation, and that's when we're going to go from this Page of Wands energy to this King of Wands. You know, like, we're going to really be in it. We're going to be leveling up big time. So we need to go through this stuff. So if things feel a little like depressing or sad or slowed down or, you know, just not exactly where you want them to be, trust it. That's exactly where you're supposed to be. Even if it's uncomfortable, you're on this important healing journey, and that's going to be when you're at your best on the other side of this. Once you can process everything and move through it and release it, on the other side is where the big things are going to happen, and you'll be able to help others more because, you know, you've gone through this huge journey. So I hope that resonates with everybody. I'm glad the people that have sent thumbs up and hearts. The video's lagging. Hey, Nicole, we're just getting to the 1 card reading, so hang in. Hopefully it doesn't lag too much. Hi, Allison. Oh my gosh, you're my first person from England. Heck yeah, hang in. The way we do this, just to make it fair, is I have a bowl of codes here. I'm going to pull a code, and the first one on my comments on my end to say the code will get the reading. And I'll go through a bunch of you guys. I'll hang in for a little while. So you definitely have a good chance of getting through. I hope you get through. Come on, Spirit, connect us. This is a good time, you guys, since we're here. I'm going to shuffle. We're going to connect. Call on your spirits now. Tell them to guide you, get us through, to connect. And if you are just tuning in, make sure you watch the replay, because I promise you it's going to resonate with you. It called me out majorly, and I'm okay with it. It's a message I needed, and sounds like it resonated with a lot of other people. So definitely watch the replay. It's 3 cards. It's for everybody. Nicole, I miss your beautiful face. I can't wait to squeeze you again. I hope you're feeling good. All right. I'm just resetting the cards. Hang until the end too, because we're going to do a mini just cleansing for everybody. And also, if you guys are local to South Jersey, you know we're talking about doing some releasing on the full moon. The next full moon, I'm doing a sound bath at Live and Joy Yoga Studio. It's awesome. I bring my crystal bowls. Everyone gets to just like lay down in a dark room, chilling, chillaxing. I play the crystal bowls, and you get to like go out into space. But we end it with a releasing ceremony, and we do write stuff down, and we burn it together. And then I take it and I bury it. I send it back to nature. You know, the pot with all of our ashes. It's a really beautiful thing. I always bring free gifts for everybody. You know, I like to charge up some crystals in the meditation, send them home with you. So come hang with me. Tickets just went on sale today. I just posted the link. So fun. It sells out really fast, so get your tickets if you want to come hang with us. It's so awesome. And there's so many of you I want to meet. So I'll make it worth your time. All right, so I'm going to stop rambling, and we're going to do our first one-on-one reading. So send some hearts and some thumbs up. Get your typers ready to post the code. Share the video if you think any of your friends could use a little bit of clarity and guidance right now. And let's see, the first code. $44.44. So the first one on my end to say $44.44 will get the reading. Come in prepared. If you have any specific questions, feel free to type it out. Or if you want to post like a general question, just like love, career, health, whatever, that's fine. Just type the one word, and you could always message me afterwards if you want to talk more on the card. Denise, you came through first. Yay, oh my God, I want to read for every single one of you that's commenting right now. This is hard. It's hard. That's why I have to do it in the fair way, because I want to read for everybody. All right, so Denise, let me know if you have a specific question or just want to go with the flow. This is just adding on to those other 3 cards that we already talked about. So make sure you watch that replay, because I think you'll like it. All right, we're going to get Denise a little bit of clarity and guidance for the next part of her journey. All right here, Denise. I can pass love. I'm not sure if I'm reading that correctly. So clarify a little bit. Christine, you absolutely can if you get through with the code first on my end. All right, so Denise, you have the 7 of Wands. Sorry, that your last comment got lost in translation, so just clarify that for me. But I'm going to talk about this card, and then you can, we'll, if you do have anything specific. Oh, no, I don't want to pass to another person, girl. I want to read for you. I love you. I'm so excited that you're here. And this card it wants to talk to you, so let's see. 7 of Wands. This is a card of boundaries. Look at that guy. He's got all these wands coming at him and just holding that one wand. This is just like the first card I pulled, the Page of Wands. They were holding one wand in that card too. The wands connect to our ideas, our ambitions, our passions, our projects, creativity, that fiery type of energy, right? But here it's like you're holding your wand. You can't even focus on the direction you want to go with it because you have all these other wands coming at you. Those are other people's ideas, other people's, asking for help, other people's projects, or even just like your own brain just saying like adding more and more wands in front of you. You can see that you're kind of like battling them off. But notice that there's a lot of green in that card. That's the heart chakra. So you're doing it with love and healing and compassion. You're not just being like, go help yourself, I can't help you, right? You're doing it in a very like enabling way, or I don't know if that's the right word for it, but you're doing it, you're like, I think you can do it yourself, like you're encouraging other people to, even though you could probably do it the most efficiently, letting people solve their own problems helps them, on their own journeys. It helps them figure out their lessons faster. Empowering, that's better than enabling. If that's not how the situation goes, then it's really just, if you can't think of specific people that are like, I need your help, it might be more just your own things, just kind of prioritizing, putting some things to the back burner, maybe, again, writing a list of the things that you need to do or that you want to do, or this is 7 different things that bring you joy or bring you creativity, because that's what these wands represent. 7 different things that bring you passion and excitement and happiness and that light your fire. Maybe that's the list that you need to write. And then you can kind of pinpoint it down to one thing of like a direction to go with it. 7 is the number of analyzing and research. So I feel like that's going to be a big part of whatever, this journey is for you. It's just being very mindful, really like not being too impulsive when you're saying yes. Really, I can't think of the word that wants to come out, but kind of researching things before you jump into anything or before you make any decisions. Just putting that bubble around you, putting that boundary around, and it doesn't have to be like a hard wall. It could be a beautiful filter of love, and you let energy in, you filter in what you want, and then you can filter back out your love. I'm just doing everything with that green energy, but they're also wearing a lot of yellow and orange, which is the confidence. So being confident in your, being okay to say no. I feel like that's what's going to help you get to, be able to hold up your wand and not have all these distractions around you. You're good at boundaries. You're working on it already. So I feel like this is validating you. Like you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be. If you're saying you're super analytical, you've already been working on the boundaries. I love that. So this is validating. Keep that going. Maybe level it up a little bit. Maybe that's part of your superpower. people will see you being so smart and mindful and, you know, good with your boundaries, that it'll inspire them to be the same way. So hold on to that 7 also. That could connect to July. Maybe in the summertime is when you'll see a shift in the energy around this. 7 it could be a person dealing with the number 7 too, or just 7 in some way or another. I would say hold on to it. Maybe you'll see 777, and that'll be your validation that you're on the right track. So you'll have to let me know if you see any 777s. It could also be 7 weeks, 7 months. So, you know, hold on to that. And then I'm just going to say one last thing. All that blue in the background, that's throat chakra. And I know this is validation for you too. That clear communication, mindful what's going out and going in, clarity, truth. Speaking your truth is important with the boundaries. So yay! I hope that gave a little bit of clarity and direction for this next part of the journey, and that added in with the other 3 will tell a whole story. Thank you so much for connecting. All right, and let's see who's going to be next. And thank you guys that are hanging out and watching too. These messages can resonate for everybody. You know, if you're hearing a message that is for somebody else and something resonates, or you hear a code word that's like a word, like a synchronistic word or synchronicity in the whatever we're talking about, that's probably for you too. So just listen in. Oh, I love you. Good tears, right? You're releasing. That's what we're doing right now. Cleansing. Okay. So let's pull the next code. Get ready. Get those typers ready. First one on my end to comment. 3333 will get the next free reading. If you guys have a lag, like if I start calling the numbers and you're just seeing that, you're just hearing me say it and you're just sending your comments in, then I would say exit the video, go to maybe even clear out Facebook altogether, open it back up, go to the Venus Moon, my specific page, scroll down my timeline until you see this actual live video. That seems to help. It's almost like the back alleyway to get the quickest quickest video feed. All right, Lori Hernandez, you came up first. Yay! And just so you guys can kind of see the order, there, I see Kristen D right after, Michelle G right after that, Nancy Anderson, Nicole P, Carrie R. See, you guys, you're all coming in. There's a bunch of you. I'm going to talk to you all, so hang in here. All right. Yay, but I'm so excited to talk to you, Liz. Whoa. Why did I say Liz? Lori. Who's Liz? Someone have a Liz coming through? Elizabeth on the other side? Lori, you'll have to let me know if there's like a grandma or a relative in spirit that's Liz that wants to say hello. So Lori, let me know if you have any specific questions or if you just want to go with the flow for your reading. I'm just connecting on in. All right, one more. Yeah. Let's see. No Liz. No Liz, no Elizabeth. You'll have to ask around. If you find someone in spirit, Elizabeth, maybe like a grandma or spirit guide, who knows, it could be a past life, but that just popped out. All right, so Lori, we're going with the flow, and you got the Emperor, and this is a 4. 4 is April, so this could be your message for the spring. You know, we're in this hibernation kind of mode right now with winter time. By April, you might be feeling this type of energy, so hold on to that thought. The Emperor, this is a card of control. It's such a stable and powerful energy with this card. Number 4, think of 4 sides of a square. That's foundation. You know, that's your base. So I feel like you're really working on some type of a foundation, something for your security and your stability with this energy. This card also connects to Aries. It's got the Rams on the throne. So that fiery type of Aries energy. It's very passionate, very like leadership type of energy, confident. This guy, he's just sitting on the throne. So this card can be connecting to another person. It could be an authoritative male figure, either in the living or in spirit. Sometimes when you get one of these cards, it could be a male coming through in spirit too. I know you're surrounded by tons of spirits, so I'm not surprised if they all want to be talking to you right now. And it could also be talking about someone with a 4 in their energy. So again, an Aries or an April person, or just something to do with the number 4. So what I feel like, if you don't feel like there's a male that it could be talking about or an authoritative figure, it could just be saying that this is the energy for yourself going into April. You know, we did that first reading, so that's the path that you're on, and then this is the energy that you want to take going into that. Very authoritative yourself, you know, very powerful and in control. Discipline is a big message with when you see this Emperor. Discipline, having a good schedule, just being very disciplined to yourself or disciplined to other people. You might know what that means, you know, if it's more yourself that needs a discipline, or if you need to be more like cracking the whip a little bit more. But I feel like that's going to be your energy for April, or at least maybe even from now to April, just being a little bit more authoritative in yourself, like in what you put out there. Do you feel like that is resonating at all with you? We'll just also mention the colors on this card. We have a lot of red. That's grounded, root chakra. So trying to just stay very grounded is going to help you be in this energy. If you're getting a little too up in here, I would say go walk outside barefoot, no matter how cold it is, or take a nice bath. Epsom salt bath for yourself would be awesome. Clear it out. But that grounded energy is what's going to help you keep that powerful authoritative energy, or deal with this authoritative type of figure. And then also you'll see this has too the orange and the yellow, so that fire is still around, that confidence is still around. Yay, it does resonate. Awesome. So whatever that means for you, feel free if you want to message me and we can have a conversation about it. It's a little bit harder when we're not in person being able to like converse about the cards, because you know, the more feedback I get, it's like, the more I'll keep going, and ego won't step in like, okay, it's crickets, so it's not resonating. Oh, grounding is always good yes. Especially now, because nobody wants to go outside, so it's like, we're not getting the sunshine, we're not touching the grass, we're not being barefoot, you know, we're not hugging the trees right now. It takes a toll on us, so we got to do what we can to ground ourselves, and that's for everybody that's watching. Thank you so much for connecting, and hold on to that 4. You know, again, seeing the 444, or April may be a very powerful month for you. So the lag. We're in Mercury retrograde, so of course there's a lag. I'm not going to jinx it. We'll just leave it at that. All right, let's pull another. Who's it going to be? It's bad tonight. I'm sorry. Lori, see that? Wow. It's okay. We're just gonna go with the lag. We're just gonna work with it. What can we do? It is what it is, right? That's smart. Sharon, that's a great suggestion. If you can't get outside and you can't take a bath, go on Gaia, go on YouTube or Spotify, find a nice grounding meditation. You know what I've actually been doing too is, it's not even a guided meditation. I've been listening to like adults, not what you're thinking, adult stories that are like, they're bedtime stories that are very cozy. Like, Margaret owns a tea shop in England and it's raining, and like they're just like describing this beautiful tea. Like, they're so relaxing, and it definitely like gets me out of my head and just into the moment. It's very grounding. But working on that root chakra in any way that you can will help. Anyone else have any good tips for grounding? Of course, tourmaline, having some good tourmaline crystals, or any other just dark heavy crystals like onyx or shungite or obsidian. Those are all great for grounding. Even something like a pyrite. I have so many right next to me I want to show you. Actually, Inky, look who's sitting next to me. These are the guys that are coming to the office tomorrow. Sneak peek. Guys, if Sharon doesn't want any of these, you have the chance to get these. They're so incredible. I'm like, you're sitting by me for readings. They both have rainbows, and they're both under $100. I'm pretty sure, but I'm like almost positive. These are from my wholesaler yesterday. Like, this one, the rainbows. There's barcodes in there too. You'll meet them tomorrow in person, but they just came by to help. So code 22. If you guys are just here for readings and you haven't seen me before, I also sell crystals. I have some of the lowest prices in crystals you'll find. Trust me, I go searching. So I've been to many different states. I've worked with other countries. Like, I know where to find the good deals. I know where to find the good quality, the ethical stuff. I try to stay away from anything that's like, you know, not up to Venus Moon standards. Kristen B! Yay! She's got a good connection. All right. Kristen, yay! Do you have a specific question or just kind of want to go with the flow? See what the cards want to say. One more. Lori, yes, that's awesome. We're going to, okay, guys, anyone who wants to come, Herkimer field trip for my birthday. My birthday is April 2nd. So Lori, there's the April synchronicity. Maybe you're meant to come. We're going to Herkimer, New York, and we're going to go mining. We're going to find like a Airbnb or something that is right on the mine. We can walk out the back and go dig for some diamonds. So if anyone wants to come, please. We'll probably be doing some waterfalls. We'll be doing some whatever. And we get to celebrate Krissy's birthday. All right, enough about me. We're talking about Kristen. Let's see what your card. She's going with the flow. Nuh-uh. So this is just validation for you. And Kristen, I also feel like for you, this is that male authoritative figure in spirit. He's been wanting to talk to you, right? This is him coming through, just saying, like, I'm here supporting you. And we're going to pull another card to go along with this message because he just wants to make sure that you knew that when I'm saying male in spirit, fiery energy, very, like, maybe more disciplined energy or more authoritative type of energy, that's who's coming through. Maybe even the 4 or April connects to this. Do you always get that one too? So it's just telling you, you know, that the control, the discipline, all of that, keep that energy going. That's what's going to help with your stability and your security. Whether it's Aries or Mars energy, because they're both connected to this, or the number 4, the 444, those are all connected to you. So we're not going to talk too much about this since we just did. We'll add to it though with the 2 of Swords reversed. So that goes along with this, and this is part of the support and how you'll get through it. So the 2 of Swords, and we're going into February, so you know this might be your February focus. And it's funny because someone else I did a reading for that we're both very close to got the same card for February. So, you know, something you guys have in common and can work through together. This is the card of decisions and crossroads. So you can see when it's right side up, she's sitting there holding her 2 swords. She has her blindfold on, just really kind of in defense mode. Like, I don't want to make a decision. I don't want to pick a sword. I don't want to wield the swords. Doesn't even want to look at it, right? She's got the blindfold on, holding them up like, you guys decide for me, or make, you know, like, let things sort itself out. But when you see her, it's kind of telling you, like, on the other side of this card, there's something really good. You know, it's going to get the ball rolling. So, I feel like the sooner you do take off the blindfold and make a decision or pick a sword or, you know, cut some cords, whatever this might be talking about, is going to help on your journey. And again, that's where, like, this discipline and authoritative energy can come in, and really, like, you'll have that confidence to just be like, you know, gotta do this, stay grounded. The swords are very, like, logic over emotion type of energy. They're like, don't worry about feelings, don't worry about the crying or the whatever, like, just have to think logically in any decisions that you might be making. It came out reversed though also, which it can be an internal energy, an introspection to this. So it might be a personal decision that you're trying to make, or a personal crossroads that you're at, that you're like, I want to go this way and this way. Gotta pick one. So sometimes you could just play out both of the crossroads, both of the paths, or I'm sure there's even other paths that could be around you. Play them all out and see which one you like the best, and maybe you'll see that you don't like any of those paths, or you like both of them, and that way you can create a new path, a third path that combines them. You know what it's about. So, and hold on to that too. Two, not only is February, it's also the number of the healers and the helpers. It's a number of connections. Think of like two coming together. So that's the energy. And then all that blue, right? Throat chakra. So clear communication, truth, speaking your truth, self-expression, all that is important. And there is a little bit of gray in there, more that you're wearing. Yeah, the gray is more like on you and on the ground. So take that as you need to. That might just be saying, I don't know, maybe almost like you're feeling like a gray area around this, and that's why it's so hard to make a decision or to choose which path to take. But I love that message. I'm glad it resonates. You'll have to let me know. Thank you so much for connecting. All right, let's keep it going. It's only 10 p.m. here in New Jersey. You guys have to see this other. I have so much pretty stuff around me, but these, I'm so excited. They're cherry calcite towers. Oh, you know, the color never translates. These are so beautiful. They actually have rainbows in the calcite and this like juicy cherry color to them. And the calcites have this like waxy feel. They're so satisfying and they're so beautiful. They literally look like they would smell like cherry. Like, okay, that's in my head. I swear I just smelled cherries when I sniffed it. But they're so gorgeous, and I have 4 of them. I just got them at my wholesaler, so really good prices on them. And I got one big honey calcite tower that I'm obsessed with. And my other business peeps, you're going to love this. I got one for myself. There's only one other. But they're business card holders. Look at that. They were kind of expensive, so that's why I only got one more. But this one's for me. Imagine that with my Venus Moon card in it. Isn't that going to be beautiful? I was thinking that'll be great for events. So I have one more. So make sure to tune into my next live show. Turn on notifications. I don't know when I'm going live. Not tomorrow. I have a date tomorrow night with my girl Sharon Inky. But maybe Friday, we'll see. I know, Kristen, aren't they awesome? I definitely can see about getting more. I think he had like maybe 4 on his table, so I can check in or see if he can get us some more of them. Or maybe if I buy in bulk, I can get them even cheaper. I think they're like $30, which is still not a lot, but maybe $35. I'll have to double check, but I will definitely let you guys know. I can't wait, Inky. All right, next code, you guys. You ready? I hope the lag is in your favor this time, everyone. Yeah, I can't all get in at once. That's the hard part. All right, 313, and it's 1010. I feel like that is a good number, but who's got that synchronicity that's coming through? 10 is a number of completion, cycles ending. So that might be what this next message is about. All right, Nicole, my love. Yay, I'm glad we get to connect tonight. All right, Nicole, let me know if you want to go with the flow, if you have any specific questions. Oh, wow. Just go with the flow. Alright. We're good here. I felt like a lot. I really felt like I was connected to your energy a lot just now when I was shuffling. I'll see what the card says, and then if it resonates with what I was feeling, then I'll say it. That's my ego stepping in, right? The Page of Pentacles. I love this for you. So not only, like, the first card that I pulled for the group reading was the Page of Wands. So that's a new beginning around our passions and our joy, you know, following some kind of path that's going to really bring that energy out, that fiery. But this is the Page of Pentacles, so similar type of new beginning energy around you, but the Pentacles is the suit of the more grounded stuff. It's connected to the element of earth, so that's the more physical things, the health, the home, the job, the family, the finances, right? The things that we have a little bit more control over. A lot of yellow in this card. So I feel like your challenge right now is just really like a good balance in yourself is going to help with your security and your stability right now. And that is kind of what I was feeling. When I was touching into your energy, things felt a little bit off balance. Like I feel like your third eye is so strong and bright and glowing, and like it's trying to pull things in and channel things in, but like the physical is just not able to process and keep up with it right now. So it's almost like the physical's trying to counteract it and be like shut it down a little bit. So, like when I was touching in, that's what I was kind of feeling, that like push and pull of your energy. Let me know if that makes sense to you, but like it's you're so powerful and your body's just like, I'm doing something right now, not yet. But that's okay, because your body's doing exactly what it needs to be doing to get on the right track, and that connects in with this page energy too. It's very balancing. You can't hear this. Maybe on the replay. We'll see. If not, oh, isn't that crazy? See, that's the disconnection of our energy. I could always send you a message on this, or you can watch the replay, but we'll try watching the replay first, and if it's too crackly, then I will type it out for you, like whatever flows through when I type it. But hopefully this resonates. Isn't that wild? Mercury, and that's the energy that I was feeling for sure. But it's definitely, I feel like a message of like inner balance is what's going to help you on this new beginning around the physical things in life. So what I was saying is you have a new beginning around you, but it's more of something physical type of journey. So health, home, money, career, any of that type of stuff, the more physical things, is bringing you in a new direction, something for you to have some control over, but it's pulling you out of your comfort zone a little bit. It's going to take a lot of, all that yellow is the strength and confidence and courage to get through it. That physical health is really important, balancing everything out in any way that you can. So some type of chakra balancing meditation might be good, or you know, any type of energetic tune-up to get everything back in line might help you to clear the channels. But you definitely have these new beginnings. Wearing a lot of green, that's the heart chakra, so leading with love, letting that help you make any decisions right now. And then the yellow and the red are those lower chakras, so just staying grounded and healthy is kind of your priority right now. But I feel like this is really telling you that you have some new beginnings around you, some new projects that you're working on, and I feel like it is too. It's okay. You said go with the flow, and that's exactly what we got to do, right? We're just going to go with the flow, and you'll get this message one way or another. We'll make sure. Maybe it's just saying, like, you got to talk in person. We need you guys to hang out. So maybe it's just universe saying, let's hang out. We'll do a full 10-card spread for you. And I bet this guy will come up somewhere. So let me just listen in and see if there's anything else around this card. I feel like there's like younger, like childlike energy is actually going to help you in this. Kind of letting your inner child lead the way, letting your children lead the way at times. That will help you make decisions. You know, do the things that bring you joy and that bring you like joy in a secure way. You know, what you couldn't do as a little kid that you can now and feel like confident and secure doing it. I feel like that's what's going to help kind of place the stepping stones of this next part of your journey, the path that you're going on, because it might not seem exactly clear of what's coming and what's next, but definitely some kind of new beginning. So this is just being strong and stable and focusing on your security around you, I feel like, is what's going to help you. I won't talk too much more about it since our connection's not too strong, but we'll definitely talk in person and get you a nice clear message. And watch the replay, let me know. Hopefully you heard any of that. Or maybe you heard just exactly what you were supposed to. Can everyone else hear me okay? Does anyone else want a reading, or is it too annoying right now? Because then we'll just go with the flow and trust the universe that the energy is just too powerful. Sometimes I feel like that really happens. The energy just, you know, we're trying to translate through this camera, through this computer, through technology, and we're bringing in spirit, we're bringing in your energy, my energy. It's a lot. Higher self, all that. So it can definitely cause some glitching. So see that, Nicole? Isn't that wild? So they are able to see me. Why? Why is it just me and you when I said, Nicole, it's your turn, that it did that? Trust that synchronicity. I feel like that's an important message in itself. All right, so let's pull another person. Come on. All right. This code is 8080. Who's gonna get it? This might look weird that I'm chewing my drink. It's delicious. It's aloe. It's delicious, but it's got a lot of sugar. I've been working on it for a couple days. But it's got like pieces of aloe. Have you ever had this? Inky, you would actually like this. It's like fruit punch. But it's feeling so dehydrated from the dry heat. And aloe is really hydrating. Alright, and Michelle G, you came through first, my love. I'm excited. I don't think I've ever pulled a card for you. You notice how I had to like stop for a second? Yay. Alright, why am I pulling from here? I'm excited. Denise, isn't it so good? Alright, so Michelle, yay! Let me know if you have a specific question or if you just want to go with the flow. And let's see what they want to say to you. Alright. I'm feeling good right here. Let's see. Michelle, I think this card is, it really makes a lot of sense just knowing your energy. Sorry, I just got like it's somewhere in my sinuses. So this is the Six of Pentacles. We were just talking about the Pentacles, how it's the more secure suit, the more physical things, money, the home, the health, the job, all that stuff, right? The more physical. And you can see in the picture, it's a person and they're feeding the beggars. So that what they say with this card is, look at both sides on the cards. Sometimes we need to ask for help. Sometimes we like to give help. And it's all about having a good balance of the two and not giving too much of yourself, not expecting too much. I feel like you're pretty good with that, but you can see he's got the scales, and that's what that's about. It's about finding a good balance in between there. It's calling you out for some reason for this. 6, again, we're in a 6 year right now, 2022. All those 2's add up to 6. And 6 is the number of helping others. It's the number of the nurturers and the love and the healers. Like, it's just a very, like, loving, nurturing type of energy. And I know that's you. And that's the energy in this card when that it's a 6. You love to nurture, you love to give, and you know, maybe that flow isn't always even. So that's kind of like your message right now, is just finding that good balance of it, not giving too much out if you're not getting that equal energy exchange back, and vice versa. 6, I would hold on to that. That could be talking about the summer. You know, there's a lot of gray in this card. So it might not be completely clear until summer exactly, you know, or it might be part of your lesson until summer of really finding that perfect balancing act, that perfect flow between the two. Oh yeah, your birthday's in June. Yay! So maybe you'll get some nice, because this card, when it comes up, it can also be talking about receiving gifts or getting, you know, some kind of inheritance or something. So maybe in June it'll be talking about that. You'll be seeing some kind of good stuff coming your way. And for now, all you can do is focus on finding that good balance, because all those coins are talking about your security and your stability and all of that. And I feel like when this is off balance, it'll make you feel insecure. It'll make you, like, you know, get in your head or question things, and other things will start going off balance too. So just that equal energy exchange, I feel like is a good thing for you. Boundaries, of course, is always a good thing, but keeping yourself and putting out that loving, nurturing energy, because that's what you're going to get back. You know, just radiate that without any expectations of what's coming back, and let it flow back into you. And again, don't waste energy putting it out to, like, I want to say leaky faucets. Like, I just picture, like, you know, your energy is going and not being appreciated, like a leaky faucet. You know, just be flowing and no one's there to wash their hands. That was weird. I don't know why that just came in, but hopefully that made sense and resonated. You did have a conversation. See, we need to hang out and talk about this more, but I think that's important. I have conversations about that with myself too. Definitely, you know, equal energy exchange is important. You're awesome. You should be appreciated. Yeah, I appreciate you. And I feel like that's that part of that message is for us to hang out. All right. All right. So who's next? Thanks for connecting. All right. Let's see. I could do a few more. It's 10:24 here. I'll go till 11. I'll try. I'll do my best. No, we're not going to do that one. Hi, Jessica Perkins. So I have here in my hand a code. I'm going to show the code, and the first one on my end to comment with the code will get the next reading. Tony, this goes for you too. Everyone has a chance. There's only 11 people watching. Just to be fair, first one to say the code. 5555. And everyone, it usually comes up first on your own end, so it's whoever spirit brings in to me first. $55.55. And look at that, Jessica Perkins, new person. You came through first. Yay, I'm excited to connect to you. So, first thing, new peeps, I think it helps too if you give my page a like, all that good stuff. Turn on notifications because I do a lot of really fun live shows. And Jessica, I'm honored that you're here hanging out with me tonight. Do you have a specific question, or do you just want to go with the flow? Or even if you just want to type like a general love, health, job, whatever, you know, we can make it work. But we're just going to do a one card quick reading. Or we could just go with the flow and just see what Spirit wants to talk to you about. So we're connecting in with Jessica's energy. Give a little clarity and guidance for this next part of your journey. And she's asking about love. All right. And right here is where your message is. Let's see. Also, everyone just tuning in, make sure you watch the replay. After I sign off, watch the beginning of the video. I do a 3-card reading for everybody, and it's going to connect to you. I promise that's part of your message too. Whether you get through or not, that's a way that you can get a guaranteed message, and it called me out. I want to know how that resonates for you guys too. So definitely comment if you watch it. All right, so Jessica, you got the 7 of Pentacles. So the Pentacles, you're asking about love. I'm going to explain this card first, and then we're going to tie it into what it could mean for love. Because I feel like it's telling you a whole story, and you kind of need to hear the whole thing. So the 7 of Pentacles, the Pentacles, it's the suit connected to the element of earth, the more grounded things, the things in our control, the home, health, job, love. No, love, not so much. Maybe a physical partner. You could see this person, they planted all of these seeds, right? So as far as love goes, I would say this is talking about all the different seeds that you've planted as far as love goes, whether you're in a relationship already or whether you're calling one in. You kind of you put in the work already. You put in the groundwork, you set your expectations, you put out your intentions, and now they're kind of all working on growing and blooming into something. But that 7's a number of analyzing and research. You could see this person in the card, they're looking over all these plants now that have blossomed, and they're like, okay, now what am I going to do with this? This card, when it comes up, it's kind of telling you it's time to reap what you've sowed. So whatever seeds you've planted, if it's intentions and you're trying to call in a partner, you could let me know if you want, or I could just keep talking vaguely about if it's either way. The more conversation you have with me, the more I can talk. Otherwise, I'm just like, okay, I don't know if it's resonating. But they're looking at their harvest now and saying, okay, where are we going to go from here? I feel like it's kind of telling you to analyze all these things that you put in and think about what's next. Sometimes when we plant the seeds, by the time that they've grown and bloomed, things are different, you know, like if you plant a seed in the wintertime, by the springtime, you could be in a whole new world, you know, you could be around different people or in a different job or whatever. So this is kind of telling you to look back at all the intentions that you put out there and see if they've bloomed into what you wanted them to bloom. And if not, this is your time to really like analyze and research the situation and decide what direction you want it to go, and decide how you can combine all these seeds that you've planted for this next part of your journey, you know, in order to plant even bigger seeds and better seeds. Let me see how this can connect with a past love. I mean, this, if it is, it's saying that maybe you put in a lot of work into them and it's time to analyze if they're worth, you know, like if they've bloomed into what you wanted them to bloom. Sometimes we plant seeds and they never bloom. Sometimes we plant seeds and it's the wrong plant that grows. You know, you plant a watermelon seed, or you think you do, and then you get a cantaloupe or something, and it's something different than what our intentions were. So I feel like that if you're wondering about a past person, that might be what it's saying. Like, to really go back and analyze, was that the right seeds that you planted? Or maybe you planted those seeds, but you planted those seeds with an intention, but you got the lesson that you got, even if it's not what your intention was. I don't know if I'm saying that the right way. It makes sense in my head. Like you planted the watermelon seeds and you got a different fruit, but it was the fruit that you were meant to get, and you know, it's all part of the lesson. And now that you have this, now you have grapes, and what are you going to do with them? And you could go in a whole different direction with it. Let me just listen at anything else if it says about past love. So if they are blooming in the way that you want them to, you know, you planted the rose seed and all of a sudden there's roses, then keep watering that plant, you know, keep thinking about it, analyzing it, and seeing where it goes from there. But 7's an important number. I would say hold on to it. You see how this is a very gray card? We're still in the winter time. I don't feel like you're really going to start seeing the harvest until spring. And even then, I feel like by July is when you're really going to be able to make any decisions around this. So, or really, you know, see those roses blooming, or the watermelons, or whatever seeds you plant coming into fruition. So for the winter time, I would say just keep analyzing, keep using that 7 energy. And 7 might be important around the situation too, whether you see the number 777 as like a synchronicity and a validation that you're on the right path, or July, or somebody with a 7 around, you know, 7th birthday or something. Just hold on to that 7. Let me know if that comes up at all and resonates. But hopefully that message made some sense. I know it's weird on my end to give readings not in person and not getting that, you know, having the communication and being able to talk about stuff. So I hope that resonates. And you can always send me a message if you want to talk more about it or get more details. But thank you so much for tuning in and connecting. And if you want to hang in at the end, I'm going to do a little bit of a cleansing. We can clear any blockages around these intentions. And also make sure to watch the replay. All right. Okay, you guys. I think I'm going to do one more person. I know I said I'll try to stay till 11, but I'm hearing one more. Just resetting. Alright, so who's going to get in for this last reading of the night? Thank you all for hanging out. Again, watch the replay if you are just tuning in and weren't able to connect. Or even if we did connect, it's for you. This last code is 333. Sorry, Tony. New code this time. 333. Oh, the lag is so bad on my end too. So I have my phone here and I'm watching it for the comments. And I just held up the number on my side. Stephanie George, another new person. Yay, I'm excited to connect. Although your name looks familiar. Have we connected before? Oh, Sarah Joy, I see you. And Kelly Becker. See, I want to read for all of you guys. It's so hard. We're just going to trust it. Stephanie's meant to get the last reading. You know what? If you didn't get through, hang in. This message might be for you too. And again, watch the replay. Can't stress it enough. It called me the heck out. It made me stop and say, okay. And actually, one part even took my breath away a little bit. I didn't want to hear it, but I needed to. Yay. So, Stephanie, do you have a specific question? Or do you just want to go with the flow? Or do you want to give me just like a general topic to talk about? One more. All right, she's asking about family. And you get the Hermit card. So the Hermit card, it's an energy of introspection, really going on a personal journey. It can be a card of isolation. You know, sometimes you have to kind of step away and do the more of like a personal journey in order to process some things or come out stronger on the other end. 9 also, this is the 9th card in the deck, and 9 is the number of cutting cords. So I don't know what's going on with your family. Feel free, if you want to send me a message, we can get specific on it. I'm just going to give you the messages that I get around this card, and you can kind of piece them in how you need to. But 9 is the number, like 10 is the number of completion, end of the chapter, time for new beginnings. 9 is right before that, and that's the time where you have to clear and release and cut some cords in order to get to that completion, new beginnings. So I feel like this might be telling you to step away a little bit, you know, or maybe there's someone in the family that's being the one isolating, and that's the one that you're asking about. Either way, those moments are needed, and sometimes you just can't question it. If that's what's being called, if there is somebody being distant, or yourself is feeling a little bit distant right now and you don't know why, trust it. Again, like, look at how like gray and blah, like the background's actually like a very faded, muted green, where usually the greens in the tarot deck are bright and vibrant. Green connects to the heart chakra, but this one, it's a little bit more muted. Like, you're still, like, there's still love in the situation, but right now it's just kind of dimmed a little bit. We're in the winter time. We're hibernating. You know, we're in introspective mode. We're in shadow work mode. The animals are hibernating. The plants are all underground right now. So it's kind of that time we have to go inward, do some reflection. He has his light there leading the way. He has the wand there. The Hermit, you can see, being that they're an elder, it can also be talking about, you know, seeking counseling or guidance from, it could be an elder since they, you know, have a lot of experience, or just somebody more experienced in general, even like a spiritual guidance or something. That could sometimes help with it. 9 can be relevant as well in this message as far as like September, if somebody with September or the month of September connects in, or like someone with a 9th birthday, or somebody like the age 9 even, like maybe there's a pattern since the age of 9, or somebody who's 9 years old around. Hopefully this is resonating at all. Let me know if it makes sense. I really feel like this card's saying it's okay to just like step back and take a little time and, you know, step away from anyone that you feel like you need to, or let them step away and just, you know, keep putting out that love, and it'll kind of all flow exactly how it needs to. But really, like, whatever your question is around family, I feel like being introspective on it is going to help you the best, and looking at it from like a loving standpoint. I feel like there's a lot to process in this situation. I'm just trying to kind of like listen in. Yeah, I feel like you're being guided. Like, your energy is just a little bit different, and you're being guided to just kind of do your own thing right now. Or whoever this hermit is, you know, the hermit, they're being guided to just do their own thing. Because think about it, like when a caterpillar, they go into their cocoon, what happens when they come out of their cocoon? They're an awesome butterfly flying around, but they have to turn to goo in that cocoon before they can come out as a butterfly. So this is your time to be goo, or whoever this hermit is, and do your processing and your internal work and your shadow work and whatever. And if you have questions at all on how to do that stuff, like, send me a message. I'll send you some links or some tips or whatever. Shadow work is important. Inner child healing and all that stuff is important. That always, you know, ties in somehow. And I'm glad that makes sense. Thank you so much for connecting. Definitely give my page a follow. I would love to connect again. And send me a message again if you have any questions or want to talk more about the situation. I know we don't always want to talk about family stuff, like commentate like about it, but in a public place. So you're welcome to message me. Thank you guys all so much for hanging out and for putting up with this crazy lag. I'm just going to do another quick cleansing. So if you're still here, there's only 8 people. You're here for a reason. Or if you're watching the replay, this will connect with you too. This smoke is just going to resonate how it needs to. Wow, Lori, watch for those butterflies. You know, butterflies, it's not butterfly season. So if you see one, trust that that's your guides. But butterflies, they're a sign of transformation. They really are, and a sign of freedom. So I want everyone to take a nice deep breath in. Breathe in the sage smoke. Feel it surrounding your aura. Feel it filling your body, clearing all of your chakras, starting at the base. Take a nice deep breath and send it all the way up through all of your chakras. Feel that sage just clearing everything away, breaking up any blockages, breaking up any insecurities, any tension. Take a few more nice deep breaths and a moment to just let it all fly away. Let it blow away with the smoke. With every breath out, you're just going to clear out even more. I'm going to send a little bit of Reiki energy out to you guys. I just want you all to take this and fill that space now that we cleared it. I'm going to send it into the smoke, so that way the smoke is Reiki charged, so you can have like a visual representation. You can see it's blowing a little bit differently now. So we're going to let this smoke charge you up. Same thing, breathe it in, but this time we're breathing in golden light. Healing, love, gratitude, abundance, good luck, success, destiny, all of that good stuff surrounding you. Being open to the synchronicities and all of our spirits around us guiding us. Let tomorrow be an amazing day, an amazing Wednesday. Live your best life. Follow your joy. Feel this golden aura surrounding your circle. Let it blow and surround your home, your family, and everybody. Send it out to the earth. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Come hang out with me in person. Come to that sound bath on the, what is it? I think the 20th. February 20th is the full moon. I'm going to be at Live and Joy doing a releasing sound bath, and I'm actually planning something fun for the week of Valentine's Day. We're going to do something sexy at the Venus moon. We're going to do a date night where couples are welcome and singles are welcome if you want to come and mingle, maybe meet some other singles, and we're going to do a really sacral chakra charged sound bath. The sacral chakra is the passion, the love and the joy, and we're going to open up the hearts, and it's going to be hot. It's going to be fun. We're going to have some chocolate. Maybe I'll bring some cacao or something. It's going to be a fun date night, so if you have a partner that's maybe, you know, not into this stuff, I think they will still like it. It's something fun and different. So I'm planning that, I think, the 18th of February. I'll get it all posted up on my schedule. I'm also going to be having a free sound bath for everyone that's not going to be so R-rated. And yeah, lots of new crystals in, so definitely make sure you turn on notifications. And if you're in South Jersey, come see me. I have so much fun stuff in my office. Just make an appointment and we will hang out. All right, you guys, I hope you all have an amazing week, rest of your week, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks for hanging out, and thank you for all of your support. It means so much to me. I love yous.